Hi, it's Yash, and I want to talk about how semen retention can help relieve if you have an anxiety disorder, which almost everybody on the planet's infected with. Uh, we have to understand semen. This is medicine. The body is creating medicine. This is a very potent medicine. I think I mentioned before how long it takes for the body to make this medicine. You know. It's said that the food that we eat, this is basically what builds our body. And the food that we eat first, don't quote me, okay? I'm speaking spontaneously. The food that we eat first, it creates the plasma, then the blood, and then the muscles, and then the bones, and then the nerves, and then the bone marrow, and then finally it makes the semen. And then inside the semen is the ojas. That's the subtle essence of the semen. So that is like the container that's holding the whole body together, And it has the most. I mean, think about it. If it takes that long to make it, it's gonna contain within it all the nutrition and vitamins and energetic requirements that's necessary to make all of the things before it. So you don't want to lose that. So when we don't lose it, it goes back into the body, it circulates, and then the body's intelligence will use it to heal any weaknesses or imbalances that are inherent in the body. We don't have to tell it to do that. The body knows to do that. So it doesn't just heal physically. See, everything's intertwined. The physical body, the emotional body, and mental body. These are three bodies. When we retain the semen and the essence of it will start to heal whatever imbalance is in the mind or in your emotions or in your physical body. Now, it's not a cure-all. There is no cure-all. There's karmic factors involved that you can't just preserve your semen and you're going to inherit the universe and live forever. No, it's not like that. But will you be much, much, much better in a healthier state, mentally, emotionally, and physically, than you would if you just ejaculated every day? Hell yeah, totally. So anxiety, it's like this. Man, I used to have that so bad. This Tourette syndrome and OCD and any mental disorder, imbalance, schizophrenia, bipolar, etc. It's centered in the mind. Like it's a deep issue. You see, my point is, let's say, I can even say, if you have cancer, cancer, generally speaking, is easier to cure than if you have a mental or neurological disorder, because mental and neurological disorders are more deep. Cancer is more in the body, for example. Or if you have viruses or parasites or any kind of skin condition, it's more superficial. I'm not downplaying cancer at all. My dad died of leukemia. Of course, he didn't have a very healthy lifestyle, but it is what it is. But I'm just trying to make a point here. These mental and emotional disorders are very deep. You see, it's in a more subtle body. Physical body is very, very, it's very gross. It's very superficial. But the emotional body is underneath the physical body, and the mental body is even more subtle than the emotional body. So when we retain the semen, it can not only help improve the physical body, it will help balance the mind and the emotional body. The way my anxiety manifested is I would have this self-talk in my mind that was going on constantly. It just wouldn't stop. It just keep going, and I would be, telling myself stories about, how I look and what's wrong with me and how other people think, what they think about me, and it was always negative. And oh, this situation sucks. Why is this happening? My life is shit. I'm not going to ever be anything or be anybody. Constant, right? Well, what do you think that's going to do? That's going to create anxiety. See, thoughts create everything. So then when I believe in a thought, that's going to create a certain feeling, right? An emotion, and then you can say that's anxiety. It could create a lot of other negative emotions, but we're talking about anxiety. So then the mind creates the anxiety and then turns around and says, oh man, this sucks. You're feeling, look how anxious you are. You're just out of control, and you can't enjoy life with this constant edginess and just discomfort. And so then it perpetuates, that'll create more anxiety, and you get stuck in this negative, this positive feedback loop. And it's like, and then you want to escape from it and watch porn, or you masturbate and get a few seconds of euphoria, or check out, and then that just makes you more weak. And a whole, I understand why people kill themselves. You get caught in this downward spiral, and you just don't see any way out. So, semen retention. Now, I can't tell you exactly how this happens, but I can tell you it happens for a fact, for 100%, because it happened to me, and it can happen to anybody else. I can sign and give that to you in writing. Somehow, because it's such potent, powerful energy, it will balance the mind. What I found is I had more control over my thoughts. Like this old habitual pattern of this negative self-talk and thinking, it would try to come in. But when I have a healthy lifestyle, and I'm preserving my sexual energy, and I'm a clean diet, and just everything else that I keep talking about in the videos, I have more power. A thought will come in like, I don't know, because I don't really have them now. But let me think. Like, you're never going to be anything. You're never going to be in the spotlight, the public eye of the world. You're never going to make a big difference. It would try to get me on that. And then, like, those thoughts don't come today, but when they would still come, before, when I was, it's like, you heard the analogy when a ceiling fan's turning and you flip off the switch and it keeps turning for a little bit and then stops. It's the same way with this habitual thinking patterns. Just because, when we start to come into a state of balance, the thoughts are still going to come. They're going to see, is there anybody here that's going to listen to them? And for me, when those thoughts came, I just focused on what I was doing. They didn't have any pulling power anymore. So I attribute that big time to retaining the semen. And one just needs to experience that and just try it and see. Do it for 30 days and just see. You just evaluate and make notes and write, and you can see for yourself what this does, and then you can ascertain, is this good for me or not? Because it doesn't matter what I say or the thousands of other videos that are talking about this that are saying it's good. You have to know yourself it's good. You have to experience it and say, damn, this is good. And then we can have a good dialogue and share about how good it is, and then that makes it more good, and we get more empowered. And these are the circles of people we want to be around. We're just constantly empowering each other. We have a conversation, we leave, and we're just more empowered, And then you have partners like that, your girlfriend or your boyfriend. You're just constantly empowering each other. But we have to be at a certain degree of balance and spiritual maturity, and have worked through a lot of this inner debris inside that's rolling around in a lot of people. We have to kind of get through that. So we're current. We're our normal existence is on a higher plane. And I can tell you, the anxiety will go away. It just will, And this is real medicine. This is medicine our body produces. This is the highest medicine. It's not the same as taking pharmaceutical drugs. That's not medicine. That's suppressive chemistry. I used to take it. I was in my early 20s. I had to take Xanax. I was so caught up and affected by this Tourette syndrome, I couldn't even walk down the street. I could get hit by a car. My body was out of control. I was messed up. I had to take Xanax, so I understand. I'm not, God put all these pharmaceutical drugs, He put everything here on the planet for us to use to help according to our current level of consciousness. I'm trying to, for those who are ready, I'm trying to show you a level that works permanently, that works really good. There's not side effects, unless you want to say there's positive side effects. Not only will your anxiety dissipate, you'll come into just a whole nother higher state of being and existing, Your anxiety will be replaced with calmness and confidence, and you're good. And you're not confident because something just happened good to you. You're not like, oh, I'm confident now because a girl gave me a compliment. No, you're confident because you're confident. You see? This is the state. This is our natural state, and this is what everyone's destiny is to experience. I'm making these videos because I want to accelerate the whole evolutionary thing. For those who are drawn to this, you know, I'm not on a crusade to save anybody or nothing like that. I'm also not attached to that. This whole thing's a play, you know. The teacher, the student, it's a play, but it's a nice play. So enjoy the play, you know. So I encourage you to experience this for yourself. Experience semen retention, and then also, it's funny. You start getting higher in consciousness, you start to look at all aspects of your life. And then automatically you want to start to eat good. Automatically you start looking into a spiritual practice and looking into dopamine fasting and stopping all these constant dopamine hits that we do to try to escape our inner pain. No, we start looking at this inner turmoil head on. We're not afraid of it anymore. And then we dissolve it accordingly. Intuition will tell us what we need to do to dissolve these things that are blocking us and making us unbalanced and making us our experience in life not so good. We'll receive this power. But semen retention is a very important principle to help kickstart this empowering process. This is what I'm trying to say. So no matter what kind of mental, emotional, physical disorder you have, you can improve, 100% guaranteed. I used to say, you get to where, number one, you'll improve, but at the same time, you become more detached from the whole neurosis or imbalance that you're experiencing. So it's like either something gets healed, or there's so much space between you and this dysfunction, you don't even care about it anymore. You start to live the paradox of like you're in pain but you're not suffering because you're tapped in and tuned to a deeper aspect of yourself that's not in pain. This is a miracle, you can say, but at the same time it's our natural state in destiny, and I want you to experience that. Okay, I'm going to talk to you soon. Have a good day.